Hey now, ladies and gentlemen, hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now, and hey now, and hey now. Welcome to hour number 2 of the line on this Fun King Friday, Cover Song Friday. Glad you all could be here for a very exciting show. And what would make this more exciting more than Davey Mitchell in the house?
Hey now. How's it going? What's life look like over here?
It's been like 2 weeks, bro. 2 weeks. You like on our
Hey
YouTube?
man, hey, let this window up, bro. I'm over here looking like a locked character and stuff. Dog. Like, hey, you gotta adjust this brightness on this camera, man. Hey, if you watch it, let me help.
Wait a minute.
Hey.
Let me explain to the audience. For those watching on YouTube, so we don't have for the line. We don't have our own logo, so we're using the Dixon Inviting split screen because they've got 2 hosts. But when Gary pulled you up, that side is so dark that you couldn't even see.
Yeah, bro. Like, hey, I should have brought my ring. We got a ring light on our side of the building. Like, what are we doing over here?
Let's see if this window helps. Oh, there he is. He's
There we
coming.
go. There we go. Right up. That's good. That's
Comes
good. Good
Davey
undertone.
Mitchell.
Yeah.
That was wild, bro.
Like, what are we doing on this side, bro? What's going on?
I better never do that on your when you're calling the Sanford games.
No, Lord, no.
You're like, what is going on
Got
here?
top of the line over there, man. What's going on?
By the way, I've got a TV appearance
Again?
at 2:40 today.
Look at you, fresh out of Mandu. You're gonna be full of sweat.
Well, I had to cancel, man, dude.
I
so
understand.
I've got to get from here to the podcast studio by 2:30.
See, okay, so this is a little different from our side of the building. So like I'm supposed to be facing. Are we supposed to be facing the camera? So like we got ESPN over here, dog. Okay, let me lock in.
You don't have to do anything. You just be yourself.
Oh yeah,
That's what I would tell people. I would say just be all natural when you come in here. Just chill.
Have a
be
good time.
yourself. Of course, for you, open the window because we won't be
Yeah,
able to see you.
you got to be able to adjust some lighting on this side, man. It's a little off. It's a little off. But I like the Christmas setup. Everybody's in the Christmas spirit. I'm enjoying it. Like I know it's cold outside, but it's warm in my heart.
You don't got Christmas decorations over there?
Oh yeah, man. We got it around the microphones and everything.
I need to come visit. I don't visit over there near enough.
Feel free, man. Feel free. You ain't got to waste no gas.
I don't know. Is there a certain show that's better to visit?
No, all 3 are pretty good. I mean, if you're ever up at 6 a.m, come on by.
Yeah, you ain't gonna catch me doing that. You ain't gonna catch me doing that.
I feel like I hadn't been here in a while.
You haven't? It's been like 2 weeks.
Dang, man.
It's been forever.
Vacation days, and just you either use them or lose them. So I make sure I use them.
I got to feeling bad because I felt like I kept asking you to come in, and I was like, at some point, I'm gonna wear out my welcome.
No.
Gonna be like,
No, it's good to ask. It's good to check in. It makes me feel good that I'm on front of mine. I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, see, I didn't know. I'm like, okay, I think he enjoys coming over here, or at least for a period of time he enjoyed it. And then at some point, he's like, man, I really don't want to go do that show. Because it's extra work. You know?
Man, listen, anytime I can get behind the microphone, it's never a problem.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah, it's all good. It's just, I take vacation days, and it's, I know we usually hop in on Fridays. I have to do a better job of communicating. I feel like I'm pulling a Matt Murphy where it's, that's unprofessional. It's very unprofessional.
I hadn't had Matt Murphy in a couple weeks either.
See? Exactly.
So I actually completely forgot to hit him up last week. I was so distraught that you weren't here.
See, I'm sorry, man. I apologize.
But now that you're an engaged man and everything else, like, You've got a whole nother aspect to life that you have to maintain.
Yeah.
And, some people on the fray are just they're gonna have to drop off. There's only so much room on Damien's platform.
That's how it is when it comes to making who's getting invited to the wedding. When I tell you that's an uncomfortable
I bet, dude.
Yeah, because we're trying to keep the number a little within our price range as far as, who all.
Yeah, because the more you invite, the more it's gonna cost.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're trying to be, cost efficient. And I went down to Maplesville for Thanksgiving, and people were like, "Hey, am I invited to the wedding?" I was like, "Whoa!" hadn't talked to you in Lord knows how long. So I'll keep you in mind, my brother and sister. Like, we appreciate it.
Yeah, is it going to be in Nashville?
No, more than likely it's going to be in Clarksville. They got this venue Depending on what time of the season, because we haven't officially set a date yet,
Uh-huh.
but we've got a venue in mind, and the price range is pretty reasonable. We're just trying to piece out when is the best time to pick the day. So
Why don't you just do like immediate friends and family, like siblings and
because there are some people that I would love to be there, because especially I'm looking at it. She's looking at it through the ceremony's eyes. I'm looking at it for the reception eyes. And it's,
right.
who would I want to be out there, cutting the rug with your boy? And I've danced at all their weddings, and now I'm kind of, hey, it's time to return that favor, big dog.
You probably feel like you've been to a lot of weddings.
I have,
and then
I've been to a bunch. I've been in seven or eight. Yeah.
Since when?
Since
Just in general?
Since 2016.
Dang.
Yeah, that's why I told a lot of my teammates. I was like, I kind of realize how close we are as a locker room when I look up and I get a text message out the blue like, "Hey man, get sized for a tux." I'm like, this is my third wedding this year. Big dog. Like, the pocketbook's starting to get a little slim.
Right.
But it's fun though, man. It's tedious. I will say, like it's a unique. Oh, my fault.
Oh, that was exciting.
Just telling me
What
to
was
breathe. Telling me to breathe a little bit.
Was it really? What did
Yeah,
it
it was
say?
like an emergency, just shaking and stuff.
Your Apple Watch?
Yeah.
Told you had to breathe?
Yeah, I guess I get excited when I talk about my wedding, man.
His heart rate's up because he's getting stressed out.
Because I immediately started thinking about the price of how much I was paying, and like, ooh, woo.
You think it's bad now? Just wait.
Yeah.
Closer it gets.
Well, and the thing is like once you get close to the wedding, like the days before, you start to, not that your wife is going to be bridezilla, but like when the pressure's on,
Yeah.
the bride side gets really freaked out.
Bro, and she was like, she asked me, I think it was probably Monday or Tuesday. She was asking me, do I plan on losing any weight or like changing my body as far as my measurements for my tux? I was like, okay, if you calling me big, like that's a real easy way of telling me like, we probably could shed a few pounds. I was like, yo, this is solid right here, big dog.
Wow, yeah, you put in a lot of work on that.
That's what I'm saying.
Was she talking about losing muscle mass or to get on a diet?
She was just asking me if I get measured today, do I expect it to change between now and whenever we
Well,
set the date?
maybe that's a compliment. She thinks you're going to build a bunch of muscle.
Yeah,
before.
but then I guess I heard it as, hey, you might want to do a couple more sit-ups.
Now that you got me locked in, you can get fat and
Right.
lazy.
Right. Now I got to watch what I eat for dinner and stuff. Like, nah, cook how you been cooking. We good. But I will say, man, it's the cost.
Listen, it's going to be a headache. I mean, it's going to be a nightmare. But when you're on the backside of it and you walk through that crowd of people with the sparklers and you get in the car and you take off and you take that first breath, you're gonna be in heaven.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it.
Yeah, it's a fun. It's the closest feeling to almost like prep before a game. It's like, okay, once I see it all put together, like right now I'm kind of just, it's almost like building the scouting report where it's, man, I got to do this, got to do this. It's like, oh man, I didn't think about do I want a bow tie or regular tie? I'm like, I didn't even think about that. I just want to make sure it all fits.
Yeah.
And she's asking me, do I want socks? Do I want shoes? Do I have shoes already? I'm okay. All right. Now, okay. I get it now.
That's
starting to make sense.
It's not just a bride; it's a military bride. So
yeah. She's trying to make sure,
organized.
boom. It's like on the day of when we finally said it, it is smooth sailing. As long as we wake up and say I do and let's roll.
Well,
But
think you're gonna cry when you see her for the first time?
Yeah.
You think you'll tear up?
Yeah, because I thought I wasn't going to cry when she came back from deployment. Like I kind of thought like, man, we FaceTime, so I at least know what you look like. But it's different.
It's different when you see him in person.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so more than likely I'll cry.
Yeah, it's a big deal when you see him in that dress. And
Yeah, because she won't even let me see it. Like she's already gotten the dress.
Yeah.
She's gotten the dress, and it's in our apartment. Like it's there, and I've been there multiple times. And I'm like,
but you can't look at it.
Can I like take a peek? She's like, absolutely not.
No, you need to wait.
Oh, and when she talks about, she doesn't call it hiding. She says strategic zones or something. And she's like, it's been around you. You have no idea where it is.
Oh, so you don't it's in the apartment. You just don't
I have
know where.
no idea where. Have no idea. I'm like,
Well,
okay, that's gangster.
Well, then you've got to make sure, like, if you can't find something, you're gonna have to get her to go get it because you don't want to start snooping
That's
around
what
and
I'm saying.
accidentally find it.
And she's like, yeah, you've been around it multiple times and you have no idea where it is. She's like, it's hiding in plain sight. And I'm like,
She's probably
No.
got it in the ceiling tiles or something.
No, right. Like we
Yeah.
got, got to do some construction.
Yeah, you gotta knock out a hole in the
Now
wall.
I'm starting to look at patterns on the wall. Like, has she painted over anything? But no, she said it's been there. I just have not seen it.
Huh. That's interesting.
It is, man. It is.
Yeah.
But it's fun. Like it's unique because I didn't know there are things that I have kind of not necessarily glossed over, but hadn't taken into an account because as we're going down, we're trying to trim down invitations, and she really kind of put the pressure on me. I say the pressure, but it's how many of these people that you've invited have you talked to in the past 6 months? How many people have you talked to in the past year? And I was like, wow, when you put it like that. And I started feeling like a bad friend of, dang, have I even reached out to these folks? Are they going to feel some type of way? But it's a fun process.
Here's what I would do. I would take a large list of all the people that I would possibly want to invite.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd lay them all out, and I would make them compete in radio stunts. And I would make it a big radio bit and, like, kind of, go through these stages of whittling people down until, like, I get to the number that I'm allowed to have.
Yeah.
So if it's like,
you go for who's gonna give the best present.
That too.
You look at them. You look at the back.
well, one of the challenges could be everybody's got to bring their bank statements to you, and you review them.
And I started looking like, oh, okay, yeah, you just missed the cut.
Bro, you can't even pay your car payment. No, you ain't coming. You ain't making a
Like,
cut.
don't even bother.
Don't even try, buddy. All right. Well, that's exciting. I'm excited for you. This is going to be, I guess, sometime next year. So later next year, middle of, or y'all don't have a date yet?
We don't have a date.
You got a dress, but you ain't got a date?
You feel me?
Wow.
It's kind of where I'm at with it too.
Well,
And I told her,
Let's just create a date right now.
I told her
go ahead and do it.
football season. We can go ahead and cut out 4 months out the year. So
yeah,
we got some window. We got some window room.
You can almost guarantee it's going to be before football season.
I thought
Either
that
before
too.
or after.
I
Either
thought
you
that
want to
too.
be, shivering or you want to be sweating. Either way, we got to make a decision.
I think it'll be before.
Oh, it has to be. Like I would much rather have it all kind of organized and planned out before, where I can ride into a football season, a married man. It'd
Well,
be
the
cool.
fact that you are so far ahead and you don't have a date, I think that's a good spot to be in because that puts you, when y'all do set a date, you can tell the venue, hey, this is whatever we got. This is the day we want to do it. We already got everything in place, got dresses, figured out who's coming, tuxedo. And so that's going to where I was talking about the nightmare scenario and the days and the weeks before. That'll probably alleviate some of that.
Yeah.
Just because you guys are planning that way.
But the thing is, she's so used to like a deadline. It's like I guess in the military mind, this is what needs to be done on this day, by this day, at this time. So like in her brain, she feels kind of like frustrated of like, how come we haven't set a date yet? And I'm like, I'm ready when you are. I am locked and loaded, ready to go. You just tell me what day it is. I'll make sure to be there at that time. But she has to be the one to set it. So it's, oh, well, what if I have to go X, Y, and Z? What if I got to do this? What if, God forbid, World War III happens? And I'm like, well, yeah, that is something I hadn't really thought about. Yeah. So she's like, but what if it is during football season? I'm like,
that's not.
we can go ahead and I'm starting to look at schedules of, okay, maybe late November, but then you're tying into Thanksgiving. And then I was telling her, if Sanford calls again, like those are a couple other Saturdays we can't pick. So it's unique because our birthday's in March, my birthday's in April. I was like, we can get married on my birthday. I do not care. That is the greatest birthday present we could possibly call. But listen, I'm just like, hey, whenever we do decide, let's ride.
You're like, I know I can't pick the day, but I can tell you what it's not going to be.
Exactly. I know it ain't going to be during August to November. I was like, we could if it is in August, it's going to be early. Early.
It's all going to work out.
Oh, for sure.
Unlike the Michigan coach's marriage, it's that's wild. By the way, let's do this. Let's take a break. Come back on the other side and talk about that because that's one of the craziest stories I've seen in a minute. That's wild, bro. All right, 205-545-9950. Back after this. Yeah, we're going to have to get you a ring light, cuz.
It's all good, man.
Y'all got ring lights over there?
Yeah.
That's what we need. I think we've got some, but we just haven't brought them in here yet.
Yeah, we got some.
We got them. All right, so Sharon Moore.
Yeah.
We've talked about it a couple of times on the show.
Oh, y'all talk about it on this side?
Oh yeah, I talked about it the day it happened, or I guess yesterday morning.
Crazy.
I broke it down, and that's why I was like, I really need Damien in here. But I know the story. I mean, it's so yeah. You have the coach at Michigan. He's banging a staffer. The university starts to investigate it, so he fires her. He had already almost doubled her salary in the past, but he fires her. And from what I understand this morning is that Wednesday, after she got fired, she showed up to the head offices with all the receipts and said, hey, here's what's going on. She's a bitter ex, and it was probably getting to a point too where if you're going to cheat, at some point that girl's going to be like, well, when are you going to pick me over your wife? And so they were probably at that point already. Yeah. And she's like, well, I'll get him, blows it out of the water. They fire him. He then goes, I guess, home and has a fight with his wife. Got to assume this is what it's about. And says he's going to off himself. He's going to unalive himself. He leaves, goes to Paige's house, the girl's house, puts a knife to his own throat, says he's going to unalive himself, but he's going to unalive her first.
Yeah.
And then he never did, but he left, and police caught him. Do I have that right?
Pretty much, as far as I know.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
And is he still in jail? He's supposed to have a bond hearing today.
Yeah, I think his arraignment is today.
Really?
Yeah.
They're not going to let him out, are they?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Man, to go from the coach of one of the premier schools in the country to jail in 24 hours is wild.
And here's the thing, and a lot of backlash has been, here's my biggest issue. For Sharon Moore, and again, I ain't never been in a situation. I know it's probably a lot on him. He could have just taken the bad PR, just the gut punch that, hey man, you had inappropriate relations with a staff member. That's why you're out. Left it at that. The only person he had to be accountable for is just him, his family, his wife. Like it could have just been that. And he could have found himself in a Bobby Petrino kind of Hugh Freeze situation where you could probably still get another job.
Yeah.
It's just, you just got to take a hit for a couple years. When you start getting federal with it and you start pulling knives and stuff out, that's when, yeah, dog, you ain't never going to coach again.
Yeah.
You could have still been a coach somewhere. Because, we've seen, Art Briles with the whole Baylor stuff. That he still ended up getting a job. It just took a little bit of a gut punch for a while, and you're always going to have that stain on you. That's where it could have the backstretch of it could have been avoided. Like you could have just gone down in shame, which again, your ego, your pride is hurt because like you said, you're the head coach of Michigan. You get caught. Dang. Easier said than done.
Dang, you got me.
You got me. Like, hey, my fault. My fault.
My
but
bad.
At that point, the only person you would have to account for is your family. Like you just have to eat that one.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're mad at the side piece for exposing it all, then yeah, the reaction is what got you. Like if you would have taken just a time or gotten somebody that you trust, which at that point you probably had nobody you could really trust,
right?
Everything's blown up.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of feel alone. It's the reaction that led you down to this path where you'll never be able to coach again.
Trying to make sense of the reaction. So what I think likely happened was, again, the university is investigating, and he catches wind of that, and he's like, oh, crap, I got to do something to try to salvage my job, so I'm going to fire this girl.
Yeah, rather you than me.
And then so she's gone, and he's like, well, because she's fired, I'm no longer having a relationship with a staffer.
Right.
But
damage is already done.
Damage is already done. She goes up there and dumps gasoline on the fire, and then it turns into this. And then he had to react that way on the back end, he had to already be a little unstable, right?
Right.
There's already a couple screws loose in order for you to take it to that level.
And that's the thing, too. I guess your fight or flight response in that situation, I would have laid low. Like, I would have gone to
just disappeared.
Some hotel, just giving a fake name. Like, hey, But hey, man, you look like Sharon Moore. Nah,
it ain't me.
that ain't me.
I ain't that scumbag.
No, like I would have gone to. I mean, you're right next door to Canada. Flip over, hop the border, and be like, "Hey, I ain't." They're like, "Coach, is that?" Not me. But the way that he went about it, I mean, more power to you, big dog. Like I hate it for you.
And again,
I kind of don't, but
college football is crazy. There is a possibility out there that maybe in 5 or 6 years, he could be coaching again, even after all this.
Look at Bobby P. He like Arkansas came calling again. Like they are desperate.
The only difference is the home wreckers in college football from the past, they all treated their girls good. They never pulled a knife on them. And so this will be the true test of how forgiving college fans are, is if Sharon ends up with a job in 5 years.
Yeah, I think it's a wrap.
I can
still stay around too. So
yeah, you want to stick around?
Yeah,
I got Murphy next. We'll talk a little bit more about this. 545-9950. The old safety dance. That's what Sharon should have been doing. He should have been doing the safety dance. He would have never ended up in this spot.
Maybe so. I don't know if that would have helped, but
Just do the safety. If you're in an awkward situation and you don't know what to do, just do the safety dance.
God.
Should have done it right there in the office when he was getting fired. Start hitting the gritty or something.
But it's crazy, man. Like, again, it's undefeated. I understand. But it's not – you have to look at what you have to lose. That's the thing. If you're going to cheat up. Like, cheat up.
So you don't think that this girl was attractive?
I mean, I've seen better. Like, I'm not saying that she's ugly, but she also ain't the pretty. If you are going to, if I am the head coach of Michigan, I'm going to lose. Again, not trying to make any sort of just like sweeping it up under the rug. But man, she gonna have to lose a heck of a lot more than I gotta lose. Like, you gotta be Kim Kardashian or something, man.
She looked like your stereotypical blonde-headed, football team assistant.
Right.
There's a lot of them kind of look the same. If
Man,
you will.
she better be the chancellor of Michigan if I'm gonna lose that. Like, she gotta lose something besides just being an assistant.
Well, and compared, I know this is low and this is shallow, but compared to Sharon's wife, what's your thoughts?
You probably had a little bit better at home. you probably had a little bit better at home.
That's probably a good
a
answer.
little bit more consistency.
But they honestly, those two looked kind of alike. I mean,
see, that's what I'm saying. If I'm gonna look,
why are you gonna make a lateral move?
Exactly. Like, fail forward, fail up. Like, come on, man. Like, it's just a bad situation to be in.
What a mess. What a mess. Anyway, what we do at this time, each and every Friday, is we bring in the one and only Matt Murphy out of Nashville, who's got a lot to say. What's up, buddy?
Hello, man. How's it going?
We're good. Damien was so excited to talk to you today.
I was.
Damien.
It's been a while, Matthew. How you feeling?
What are you doing, Damien? Hey, Damien, were you riding my dogs all season? Were you on the dog train all season?
Unfortunately, I was an Ole Miss fan for the year.
A lot of people. Hey, a lot of people jumped off that dog wagon. That's okay. Y'all can get back on. That's fine.
It ain't
We'll
too
be
late.
good.
Well, Damien
No,
made
it's not too late. Once Bama loses to Oklahoma next Friday, there'll be a lot of people converting.
Well, Damien made some bold predictions at the beginning of the season, one of which was that Alabama was going to be the SEC champion. Or maybe you said they were going to be in the championship.
I said they were going to be in the championship. They're
Okay.
going to play Ole Miss.
They were going to play Ole Miss. Well, you got half of that right.
Yeah.
But you did think that Alabama was going to be Georgia because Georgia hadn't proven to you that they can get
That's
over
correct.
that Alabama hump.
That is correct.
And they did.
Well, hey, Damien, did they prove it to you last Saturday?
Oh, absolutely. That was it. That was a curb stomping. That was a curb stomping. I was not expecting
You
y'all
know,
to.
I mean, here's the deal, and we had a Bama issue, and I get it.
Mhm.
I mean, any fool can see it, right? I mean, when Kirby Smart has lost, I think 20 total games at the University of Georgia, and 6 or 7 of them are to Alabama, so it's obvious there's a Bama problem. So all Georgia fans were nervous as hell. I mean, I can talk hockey now, but we're all nervous as hell about that SEC championship game. But here's the thing. Don't give old Curb a second crack at it. He has proven. He did it with Auburn in 2017. He's done it over the years. You give him a second pop at it, and he's going to come after you. And he did. So
He did. He pulled it off. Some of the play calling during that game on the Bama side was bizarre. And am I just overreacting to a 4th and 2 on their own 15, or what was? Did y'all feel the same way about that?
I don't know, Dave. Damien's the expert in the sports arena, but I would say this. At that stage, I mean, I watched the game. This is embarrassing, y'all. I watched the game 3 times last night. Right?
I'd have done that too. I did that when Tennessee beat Alabama in 22. I did the same exact thing.
So, I mean, at that stage of the game, are you trying to win the football game? I mean, you could punt and try to hold Georgia and try to make the game respectable in terms of the score for future playoff consideration, or you're trying to win the damn football game. And I think to Kalen DeBoer's to his credit, he's trying to win the football game, and the only way to win the football game is hold on to that possession at that point. You see it that way, Damien?
Yeah. No, you brought up a great point. And I think a lot of it was because Georgia was dictating how that game was going to go. Like Alabama ran for -3 yards. Like they were already struggling trying to find some sort of consistency in the run game, and trying to figure it out against Georgia on the other side was not a good recipe. And Ty Simpson, he was not making the throws that we had grown accustomed to him making, but we started to see that trend kind of just the month of November of, okay, there's starting to be some little bit uneasiness in as far as consistency for Alabama offensively. And Georgia they had been peaking at this point. Now Georgia Tech was a physical ball game, but that played right into Georgia's wheelhouse. And I think that's the kind of style if you're going to have success. Like looking back on it, Tennessee is probably the only team all season long, besides Ole Miss, but Ole Miss just fell apart in the fourth quarter. But Tennessee's probably the only team that had a true recipe of, hey, you may have to just hit Georgia in the mouth, and if you have those shots, you have to hit them. And there weren't many other teams that kind of put up that fight. And Georgia a well-oiled machine.
It kind of confused me. Kalen DeBoer, Alabama, and look, I haven't watched every second of every Alabama game like many people listening to this radio show, but Alabama has had difficulty running the football all year, relatively speaking, to their past performance. But they came out in that game and seemed to be damn determined that they were going to run the football. And Georgia's like, well, no, you're not. Mm-hmm. Where I watched the previous game earlier in the regular season, I'm like, the way that they killed us was they passed it all over the field on us. Yep. And that's the way that Tennessee should have beaten us, but just exploiting the secondary. Now, you can say Georgia's secondary has gotten better over the years, and they have. But and here's the deal. Ty Simpson had a bad game. And I guess he had been trending in that direction. That's what my Alabama friends have told me, that he was trending toward, poorer performances than he's presented at the beginning of the year. But as much as he was on during the first game, he was off during that game. And that's, and there you go. But, opportunity for redemption. I feel like if Alabama can score 20 points, they're going to win against Oklahoma, because Oklahoma can't score against anybody, but they got the best defense in the country, maybe.
And that's going to be the problem for Alabama if they keep playing this way. Yeah. Like any sort of defense that has any sort of production, Alabama's going to struggle against them. So, and imagine for the Bammers, how obnoxious are the Oklahoma fans going to be if they beat you twice in one season?
Man, it's going to be unbearable. Yeah. Absolutely unbearable, because they came in, strutting their stuff, peacocking a good bit. Yeah. When they are pretty much undefeated against Alabama in the SEC. Oh, they are going to give them the business.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be bad. What about Murphy? What about Sharon Moore?
Oh, boy.
What do you? We were talking about this. What's your thoughts on that? Damien says he should have cheated up. Like he should have got a hotter staffer if he was going to go this route.
I don't know. I saw one photo of her and she looked pretty good.
I thought the same thing.
By the way, before I talk about this. She's a GAW, right? She's a grown woman.
True.
Yeah.
True.
She's grown, right? She's in her 20s.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just making sure, because I don't want to talk about a 19-year-old or whatever, but no, if she's a GAW, she knows what she's doing. No, I mean, come on, man. All right, first off, my grandpa taught me, and he said it in a way that I cannot say on the radio. Do not poop where you eat.
There we go.
Okay?
There we go.
And, man, if you are going to cheat on your family, if you can't keep it in your pants, go somewhere else to get it. What are you doing? What are you doing? You don't think that somebody's going to go, hey, Mr. Athletic Director, for some reason, this staffer that was making $52,000 last year is now making $90,000 this year. What's up with that? Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand why you don't think about these things. If that's the direction that you're going to go in your life, why you don't think these things out and how that's all going to play out. And, yeah, it got bad for old boy. But there are certain things in this world, man, that are undefeated.
Yes, sir.
And y'all know what I'm talking about. It's undefeated.
Time.
And
that's what he's talking about.
I hope it was good, because it just cost you, what, $16.5 million? All right.
That's brutal. And not to mention alimony or child support or whatever that's coming down the pipe. Whatever you got left, it's half of it's gone off the top.
I mean, we're a forgiving society, but, this was an up-and-coming coach at one of the best programs in the United States of America. I mean, take off our SEC bias for a minute. I mean, Michigan is a top 10 destination, no question, and you had it all in front of you, and you give it up for this. And I think your career, I mean, you got to deal with the legal ramifications and the legal consequences, but then your career's over, and maybe your family.
Yeah,
that's rough, dude. That's a rough week.
You don't think maybe 5 years could go by and he could get back into coaching?
No, I mean, we're a nation of redemption, right? So, yeah, I think I don't even think it would take 5 years, honestly, Andrew. I think no. I mean, seriously. I mean, in the next few years, if he deals with all of his legal issues and he gets his home life right, he's not going to be a head coach again for a while. But coordinator, working behind the scenes for somebody, doing that kind of thing. I mean, hell, Bobby Petrino.
Yeah.
Bobby Petrino abandoned an NFL team and had some chippy on the back of his motorcycle and wrecked it and showed up at a press conference with a stupid neck brace. And somehow, I mean, but that man knows an offense.
Right.
Yeah. And maybe, listen, his attorneys told him to wear that neck brace to the press conference for sympathy. Yeah, it's kind of like in a courtroom, if you got some personal injury claim, you need to come in there looking beat up.
He was.
Beat up.
Hey, Andrew, would they do that? This is an old school reference. But when they do that, I call that the old Ted Kennedy. Remember?
Yeah.
The old Kennedy. When Teddy, a woman dies and Teddy shows up 3 days later with a neck brace on.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't know, man. I mean, maybe, 2 or 3 years from now, he can be doing one of those things like, remember when Nick Saban hired Butch Jones and just had him walking around with a clipboard doing absolutely nothing? Maybe he could get one of those gigs.
Yeah, Kirby did the same thing with Will Muschamp. For 2 years, Will Muschamp was our defensive advisor. I don't really understand.
What is a defensive advisor anyway?
It's a buddy that's out of a job that needs to build up his resume so he can go somewhere else to be a defensive coordinator, I guess.
Yeah, that's a pity job. All right, so real quick, and I know we're just talking football, but that's fine with you, I assume. Alabama, after losing to your beloved Bulldogs, ends up in the playoffs. Thoughts? I haven't even asked Damian this question yet, but what's your thoughts on that? I was kind of shocked, but maybe I'm wrong to be shocked.
I do. Well, was Alabama a playoff team before the SEC championship? And I think the answer to that question is yes. I mean, now I can understand an argument that if you go back and look at the Florida State loss in the totality of the season, that's a pretty darn bad loss. But the only other loss is to Oklahoma. I agree with the people that say I don't understand how you punish people when they have been rewarded with the opportunity to play for an SEC championship. Mm-hmm. They performed good enough on the field to be rewarded with an opportunity that 14 other teams were not rewarded with, right? So, and now you're going to punish them. Why would I not, if I'm Alabama next year, or if I'm Georgia or whoever's in that situation, say, nah, we're good. We're going to stay home. Pick the next guy. Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't I do that? I mean, right? The ultimate, at this stage, the SEC championship means less than it used to. I understand the history. I understand the pageantry. I understand all of those things. It just doesn't mean anything, comparatively speaking, to getting into the playoffs and that natty. So if you do that, Andrew, if you leave Alabama out, you are essentially destroying the SEC championship game today. Now, I think the SEC championship game's gone probably in 3 years anyway.
Yeah, which is going to suck. You hate to see that go. But, yeah, I mean, Alabama deserves to be in there more so than, James Madison or what was some of the other teams. Tulane. Like, they deserve to be in there more than that. But I don't know. I mean, if you just say, if the committee were to come out and say, all right, after 12 weeks or after 12 games, that's what we're basing you on. We're not going to count announce the playoffs before the championship games happen, as far as I'm concerned, and then that would probably cut down on some
that's not a bad. Actually, I've not thought about that. That's not a bad idea. Tulane and JMU being in there. I mean, this is like inviting the ugly girls to the dance, and then somebody's got to dance with them.
It's like banging the ugly staffer on your coaching staff.
Well, I mean, look, it is a byproduct of the system. They wanted to give the little guys an opportunity, and it bit us on the butt this year because the ACC can't get out of their own way, right?
Oh, gosh.
So, I mean, you can't have James Madison in that. You can't have a playoff game and claim that it's the 12 best teams in the United States of America, and one team is a 3-touchdown favorite. You can't. You can't do that. So they've got to change that.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It just feels weird. Then you got the whole situation with the bowl games, and everybody's bowing out of the bowl games. Like, is this going
Notre Dame's
to...
just soft. Notre Dame's just butt hurt.
Yeah.
But that's on brand for them. That's on brand for them.
So what about the other teams, though? Do they have a legitimate
Soft
reason
too. No.
Everybody's soft for bowing out?
Yes.
What about Auburn with
here's
this? They've got a situation where
Well, they already had a losing record, so they weren't going to a bowl game anyway. So the players are like, hey,
but they got invited, and they were
it was
like,
too late.
They got a new coach. They're putting a staff together. Like, that makes sense for them to decline.
Players are gone. Like, they're graduating. Some of them, like, it's vacation season for them.
But everybody else is soft.
Absolutely, 100%.
Well, man, here's the solution to the bowl game problem. I understand that these cities and these bowls want to continue to earn money, but outside of maybe 4 bowls beyond the playoffs, none of these things are going to matter, and they won't survive. Move the bowl games to the beginning of the season and do kickoff classics in a variety of cities, right? We already do it in a couple of cities, right? So just shift the bowl focus to the beginning of the year as opposed to the end of the year, and make it a reward for last season's success for those teams that didn't get in a playoff. So you've got playoff. You've got maybe 3 other or 4 other bowl games that are played around New Year's Day that aren't involved in the playoffs. So limit them to like 10 or whatever. And the rest of them move them to the beginning of the year, because nobody's going to want to play in these things, especially with kids opting out because of the transfer portal.
It's a wild time to be a college football fan, because we used to never complain about this stuff. We never have even thought about getting rid of a conference championship or bowl games or whatever. And now we're like, let's just burn it all down and restructure the whole thing.
It's crazy.
Well, but we also, I mean, let's not forget, gentlemen, that it was not too long ago, before we had the playoff structure, before you even had the BCS, that we were starving so bad for football in the middle of December that we're watching the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers take on the School for the Blind in the Weed Eater Bowl, right?
Yep.
Because we just wanted to watch football. It wasn't good football. We just wanted to watch football. So I think it's getting better. They just got a bunch of things they got to work out.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll work itself out, I guess. But it's a wild thing. Well, I think.
Hey, by the way, Andrew, and I don't mean to take over the show, but before I go, how do you feel about us not? I don't know how I feel about not playing Tennessee next year. That's weird.
Oh, is that the
Georgia
case?
No, yeah, Georgia and Tennessee aren't playing next year.
Wow, no, I didn't even know that. I hadn't looked at next year's schedule.
So
Who else?
You get some relief.
Who else are we missing? Are we playing Florida? Or are we playing? I guess we're playing Alabama for sure, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, I think our permanent teams are
yeah.
like Alabama, Vandy, and Kentucky, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct.
I mean, most
But,
people would
it's a 9-game.
say
It's the go look at the schedule. It's the 9-game schedule, so everybody's complaining about how hard their schedule is. Yeah, your schedule's harder because you've got another SEC team on it, right? So, but Auburn's got a brutal. I think Auburn's got a brutal run. I mean, everybody's got a brutal little stretch in there, but the schedules look weird because they've been reconfigured, and some of those teams that we play. I mean, I think it's been like 34 years that we've played. We played Tennessee, and not seeing Tennessee on the schedule is just odd, especially living up here.
that is bizarre. Yeah, and most people, I'm glad that Alabama's one of the permanent teams. I mean, most people would be relieved to have Alabama off their schedule.
Oh yeah, no Florida for y'all. No Florida.
No Florida and no Georgia.
So y'all looking at undefeated season next year, big dog.
That's crazy. Let's see.
But you got Auburn and Alabama.
Congratulations on your 2026 playoff.
I'm so excited. Got Furman, Georgia Tech, Kennesaw State. Then we got Texas, Auburn, Arkansas, Alabama, South Carolina, Kentucky, Texas A&M, LSU, and Vanderbilt. So after the first three games, it's all SEC games.
Yes, sir.
After that. Wow.
The way it should be.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, and they kept Alabama in the same spot. It's on the 17th of October, so, I think it'll all work out. It'll be fine. And thank y'all for congratulating us on our national championship next year.
You had a baby.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna.
Hey, easy, Andrew, easy. We just said you're making the playoffs.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna let you go now. All right, Murphy, I appreciate it, buddy.
Good to hear from you, man.
All right, man. See y'all.
See you, buddy.
Take care. See ya.
Way behind. Let me take a break. Come back on the other side. More of the line next. I really don't like how I have to do this microphone in order to keep it out of my face because I'm constantly having to adjust it.
Yeah.
It's just kind of
got that Diddy look.
Yeah. Dixon does this with his. He kind of puts it down here and then back up. I don't really like that either. I don't like it. I wish we could get some stands that hooked to the table and then just came straight up instead of long.
See, that's what we
arms.
have. That's what we have on our side.
Really?
Yeah, we have like a microphone tree, and then like our cameras come from they come down, I guess you would say.
When all your microphones are hooked up to one stand?
No, you're talking about the microphone. Oh yeah, I'm talking about the cameras.
Oh,
like our cameras are
No,
so like we can kind of put our microphones wherever.
Yeah. See, I wish they had like if you watch Joe Rogan's show,
Yeah.
he's got them coming off the desk just straight up. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just instead of just up and over and all around.
Yeah.
Like this is a headache. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. But there ain't nothing I can do about it.
It's all good, man. Just adjust, adapt.
I'm just adapting and adjusting.
Yeah, like Sharon Moore.
So real quick, like Sharon Moore. What do you got going on this weekend? Obviously, we got one football game this weekend.
Army Navy. We got some FCS stuff.
Yeah,
which I'll tune into just because Sanford and stuff. And shout out to Coach Gross. Shout out to John Gross. I think that is a spectacular hire.
Really?
Oh, 100%. He's a winner.
That's big.
Yeah, it is. But this weekend, Army Navy. I'm an Army guy. I'm beat
obviously.
Navy. Yeah, absolutely. Beat Navy. Can't stand them.
Can't stand
them. Yeah, this is I can't stand them.
All right.
But I got a couple Christmas parties, so it's about that time, about that season.
That's exciting.
It is.
And then when's the first bowl game happen? Or is
Saturday,
it
LA
Saturday?
Bowl.
Okay. Oh, so we do have.
Yeah, Boise State and is it Utah State?
Something.
Boys State and somebody.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Well, we'll check it out, man. Make plans to come by. Well, I'm going to be out half the week. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, we will.
I appreciate you
Hey
coming
now.
by, brother. Hey now. Back after this.